Okay, that was a bad start. Anyways, okay, let's start over. So finally, my Halloween 2 review. Oh God, this is a movie I am going crazy for. I love this movie, and it seems like I'm faking, but no, I swear to God, this movie was amazing. It was just as good as the first, or maybe even a little better. But to hopefully to all you people, like hopefully you'll continue to review. But this review is gonna have some spoilers. I plan on giving the whole outline of the movie. Um, I mean, I don't know. I just love this movie so much. Why not talk a lot about it? Um, but I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I might do another review that's subtle on what happens in the movie. So, anyways, so H2 finally. Yeah. So, unless you've seen, unless it's canceled, or whether you've seen my temporary or video called H2 question mark. So I was grounded, but I was cut some slack, and I was able to see this movie. I saw it twice now, so I love it that much. So okay, so this movie picks up right where Rob Zombie's first Halloween left off. He made this one too. Lori is walking down the street. She just shot Michael. He's messed up. He's covered in blood. He arrives to the hospital. Michael wakes up in the coroner's van or whatever. I don't know. He basically wakes up. He's not dead. He comes after Lori. Is chasing her in the hospital. Kills all the doctors. He's still on his murdering rampage. Lori is still scared. But then it turns out to be a dream. He still wakes up. He's still alive, but it was all a dream though. That's like the first few minutes of the movie. Not to mention the very opening, which has a different actor playing Michael Myers, young Michael Myers. Because I've heard they replaced him because Dave Fark he'd grown, and like he was getting real tall, and he's growing up, and I believe they still needed Michael to look young, so they went to like I think a younger actor, and like at least a younger looking actor to like take over young Michael. And what I mean, too bad Day couldn't do it again. But I think this actor, what's his name? Let's see, Case Wright Vanek. I thought he was really great as young Michael. He was just as good as Day, if you ask me. Now, cut to a year later in Laurie's life. So in the first one, he's sweet, shy, and is headstrong. But in this one, he's rebellious. He swears a lot. It's a potty mouth, and he's going through some weird psychological shit. Oh, another thing about this video is going to contain spoilers and possibly language. So, yeah, he's going through a lot. Family's dead, her friend's dead. Annie has her and Annie have like scars and everything. They're just they've recovered from Michael, but they're not. But Laurie's still just kind of messed up. Meanwhile, in this movie, Michael is still going after Laurie again, but meanwhile, he's having these visions of his mother as like a ghost. She's like white hair with black streaks, I think, or white dress. She almost looks like the corpse bride, in a way. Like, now I don't mean that in a bad way, but she's like pale white, has a white dress, and shows with the white horse. And a lot of people have a problem with that, but I honestly thought it brought like a whole new cool psychological aspect to the movie. One of the psychological aspects. Um, I'm still trying not to say someone and I'm so much, but I'm not succeeding, I guess. And also meanwhile in Laurie's life, Laurie is living with Annie Brackett and her dad, Sheriff Brackett. Life is going okay with them. They're all just surviving one day at a time. Laurie has two new friends, played by Bria Grant and Angela Trimber. They play Harley and Maya. They're pretty much like her friends in the first film, like how they introduced her friends in the first movie. But I think they're awesome though. They're good characters, and I guess Dr. Loomis is changed. He's not that really. I mean, he's not a bad person, but he's not good-hearted anymore. No, he's a little superficial. He's got a big ego. He's still all about writing books. So basically, how people were pissed at him for having that book in the first movie, kind of. Some people were a little like not happy about that. They just found it mysterious and odd. he's got haters in this film, and this is how Laurie finds out that he is in fact Michael Myers' sister, and so she's screaming, she's pissed, she's mad. She cuts a lot in this movie, and he still screams. Not only does she scream a lot in this movie, but she also cries a lot too. And Michael, it's 2 or 3 days. He's getting closer and closer to Laurie, he's still killing people along the way, including their owner, Robin and Red. And yeah, and that naked chick from My Bloody Valentine, she's in this movie. She's a victim in this movie too. And then, I guess, so Laurie in this one finally gets to have some fun. In the last movie, she had to babysit. She had to, do part of Annie's job. But this one, she goes out with friends, has fun. Her and her friends dress up as 3 characters from Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a movie I love. Scout looked really hot as Magenta. I have to say that. Bria she was Columbia, and Angela was Tim Curry's character, and they all looked really cool. I thought that was really cool how they did that for the movie. It's not even a big deal. It's not an important part of the movie, but just visually, and the cinematography in this movie was great. The music was good, especially for the end credits, and the turnouts were really great. So Michael and Laurie are having the same visions of Miss Myers and the White Horse, and perhaps young Michael. So throughout this movie, finally, kind of like the first movie, he's trying to get to where he's chasing her. He does that in this one too, while she's running around in a Magenta costume. And by the way, Annie does die in this one. It's like they did a good job of doing a dramatic, intense scene for Annie dying in the bathroom. And even Tyler Mann's wife, I think, he appears in this movie in one scene as a cop. So yeah, Michael once again does get to Laurie. He brings her to this place that he's staying at. It's kind of like Friday the 13th Part 2 when he's staying in that weird house, little house. That's what they did with Michael. So he's staying in this thing. He brings her there. Him and her are both at the same time seeing Miss Myers and young Michael. The White Horse isn't there this time, but anyways. So Laurie is she's my young Michael in her mind, because they're both seeing it with their minds and everything in their heads. It's all in their heads. Young Michael is holding on to her. Sheriff Brackett is really pissed at Dr. Loomis for kind of confessing and being shameless about revealing who Laurie really was. And yeah, so this review, hopefully it's not getting boring. I really do love this movie. It's just, it's kind of turning into a long video. But anyways, okay, to quickly wrap things up. So yeah, he holds her hostage. There's helicopters, cops everywhere surrounding. Dr. Loomis goes in, tries to save the day. He actually dies this time. He gets cut up and stabbed. Michael gets shot, but gets impaled by these metal pipes, I think. I'm not really sure what they are, but... And then Laurie finally comes to her senses. She is Michael's sister. In the end of the movie, you weren't even sure how she was going to be. She shot Michael. She was screaming. She had blood all over her. This time, she goes up to Michael and says, I love you, Michael, and stabs him. Goes out with Michael Myers' masks on. And then they shift to the last shot of the movie, which is my favorite scene. One of my favorite scenes. And meanwhile, Laurie's other friends die too. Her new friends. Yeah, it kind of sucks for Laurie, but so anyways, they shift to the scene. It's kind of like Psycho. This movie, it's sort of like Psycho with his mom in the very ending, which they show Laurie in the hospital, staring at the mom in the White Horse, and she's in the hospital. She's in the hospital bed in her gown, sitting there like this, and she looks kind of crazy. And then suddenly she does this really cool grin, and it's something kind of like this.